Hello there, guys. Welcome to another day of the full series. Let me just make sure that stream is on. Should be. Nope, not here. Let me go ahead and see. Are we live? Yes, we're live. ¿Qué pasa, Coco? ¿Qué necesitas? ¿Qué comiste? ¿Tienes tu comida? Okay, yeah, we are live. There we go. Just want to check something real quick. Ooh, we got lots of subs right there. Thank you very much, anyone who joined, anyone who subbed. So let's go ahead and move on with the tournament. So right now, we have 87 players left. So let's go ahead and go back. It's same thing. So let's just get the sequence right now. So like I mentioned right here, it is going to be focused on round 6. So it is round 6. Round 7 is on its way. It's underway, sorry. Should be 10 rounds. Perhaps this tournament will last until the end of the month. The other thing I wanted to let you guys know, in case you haven't seen my video, is that we are at 23, almost at the price range in order to get things done. This didn't turn on. There we go. And I forgot to put the background music. Should be. Nope, not yet. Not sure what happened. Give me 1 second. Why are you not moving forward? That should be okay. There we go. So sound background music is on right now. So let's go ahead and move on with our thing. So let's go ahead and go to number 14. Let me go ahead and close this down. Let's go all the way down here, and we have 14. So we have to frame. Is going to be our featured player right now. Let's go ahead and the game did finish. Saramdik ran out of time, but at least we can see the game all the way through. So Telframe is our featured player. Let's go ahead and check that out. But first, let's go ahead and see Saramdik's deck. Saramdik usually he is from the Netherlands against Telframe that's from France. Saramdik usually goes Izmir. Let's go ahead and see. No, he's now switched to Traced. This is a Traced Skybound Odyssey deck. Has uniques. There are 3 little pigs. If you control 2 or more landmarks, you may return a card from your reserve to your hand. Interesting. Has a reserve ability. Up to 1 target character gains fleeting. The Haven Bouncer. Whenever play from anywhere, sabotage. Oh, this is. I forgot also to mention. This is play from anywhere. Play from anywhere, sabotage. And when play from reserve, you may pay 1 if you do sabotage. And the Ouroboros Croupier. Roll. Play from anywhere, roll a die. On a 4+, draw a card. On a 1, 2, 3, resupply. So not bad for Axiom. Getting anything that you want. Has I see a boom. I see an rare early token. Interesting. So let's go ahead and check out. Let me go ahead and see if it is. Yes, it is over here. So let's go ahead and check out Telframe's deck. So he is playing an Atsadi. So the Atsadi, I think, have grown a lot in popularity recently. Let's go ahead and see. He has a Veilmon, a Dusk. If you have 10 or more mana orbs, put the top 2 cards of the deck in your mana zone. So you kind of want to play it in the end game anyway. He is not a giant Veilmon. But also he has the ability to play from anywhere. I gain 1 boost, and you may exhaust the reserve ability. You may exhaust target card in reserve. You also have the Swift Djinn with Scout 3. Put the top card in your mana zone as an exhausted mana orb that's played from anywhere and will play from reserve. If you have 10 or more mana orbs, target character in reserve gains 2 boost, so you can want to play it again at least day 3 or day 4 if you have been ramping all the way. Scout 3. Put the top card of your deck in your mana, and this one has a reserve ability. The next character you play this turn loses fleet. Okay, so kind of big thing over here. So let's go ahead and go to the end game. Should be automatic. Let me just go ahead and make sure. Oh, I did forget to mention that he is indeed using the hunger. We just saw the hunger going away. At least 1 hunger going away. Didn't see how many hungers he had. So the Swift Djinn right away, just to ramp. In this case, the Swift Djinn itself will go to the mana zone. Because it's a Zadi, he is able to draw with that. And still got 1 mana left in order to try to push on one side, so it's not a complete free double pass from his opponent. So that's also very good. That means that he can at least get a move on. Okay, so this, I think, is just going to be a tiny Djinn, not a double, because he can't actually. Yeah, just a 1. Trying to block right here, the restocking station. So the Swift Djinn actually goes to the other side once again, drawing a card, ramping up. Just for good measure takes away. So it's again a 1 for 1. Now 1 second. What happened with you? There we go. Okay, now the Djinn is going to the companion side and has 8 mana orbs. So just putting it on the other side. Kind of don't want to face that water. Still have some play left. Going to block it completely. Once again, a 1 for 1. Both restocking station uses. Sorry. Done for. Still 1 for 1, so I'm still 1 expedition ahead, but we know this is the time that Atsadi's players tend to shine, either for hunger or because they actually have things that will help them move on both sides. So once again, another use here of the healing elemental. Makes sure that he ramps before anything else happens, so we use a hook to get it to the other side. Only 2 mana left, and now the Halua will come in, will almost ensure the double advance, trying to get something moving. Okay, and he'll most likely just give the double advance to Toframe. There we go, everything gets fleeting. Double advance from Toframe. He is 2 expeditions ahead, 2 expeditions from winning the game. So double match point. No, not double match point. Could be a match point on this turn. He has more than 11 mana. So that means that he can not going to use the double gigantic. Not going to risk it that way. He is blocking right now. It's another card in. He's going to use the Halua though. So I think almost certainly this will be no, he goes up to 5, 6 because of what is going to activate. Most likely going to get another token. Yeah, so that goes to 8. Going to give the Halua Rage and 2. Well, that way he gets 2 tokens in. 11, and he put the 2 Serengars out because right now he's going to draw 2 cards. So he just used 4 cards in order to move forward. Everything gets fleeting, including the killing elementals, so no more killing elementals this time. Everything goes away, but he draws 2 cards. And with 2 Veilmon Gigantics on hand, this is going to be very difficult for him. Ooh, and he even got a Keibara. So he can just use Kaori. Yeah, no need to put anything down. This is going to be a good combo. He could have put in Veilmon out. But yeah, he's going to use Kaori's intervention. Already with resistance 5. He can just put both Veilmons down. But I think actually he's going to use a Keibara and send it to 11. No, he's going to play both Veilmons. So here right now he's moving forward on both sides. And because of the double resistance, yeah, he goes on the other side. It's a 10-10. And yeah, Seremdik knows there's nothing he can do against that 10-10. So he just moves forward on both sides, and that's how he got the game. Like I mentioned, the Atsadis kind of are a steam engine, or yeah, that kind of get rolling, and once they are moving, it's almost impossible to block them. So let's go ahead now and move on to our next round, our next game. So our next game is going to be number 35. Let me just go ahead and mark it down. So that is Charjo on tape on step 6 or round 6. So Charjo is our featured player. Let me go ahead and have him right here. And Tie-Dye is going to be his opponent. So this is a French match, if I'm not mistaken. Both are French. Oh no, Tie-Dye is a US player. Give me a second, guys. I forgot to bring something for my runny nose. Still getting out of this goddamn cough. Well, kind of not a cough anymore, but I don't think I have the influenza, but I still have a runny nose. So give me just 1 second. Go ahead and do this, and I'll be right back. In the meantime, first, let me go ahead and check the deck. So 0 limits again. Bravo's Trail from Tie-Dye. Bravo's Trailblazer. I gain 1 boost per fleeting character you control. That's play from anywhere. When play from reserve, you may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do up to 1 character, it costs 3 or less gains. Anchored. Hather, if you have 3 or more base statistics 0 amongst characters you control, up to 1 target. So this is Anchored again, but from the reserve. And only 2 uniques from Tie-Dye. Let's go ahead and see. Did I? Yes, I did. Let's go ahead and see Charjo just for a second while I go ahead and come back. There we go. Sorry there, guys. Back for more. Okay, so let's go ahead and check. This is a Giga Fugas test. So kind of mentioning the fact that he's going to give fleeting to almost anything. So we have Medusa. You may send target character to reserve if you do create an airlit token in its controller's landmarks. That's played from anywhere. Target character, yeah, so that means resistance does come in. You may immediately pass if you do target then play from reserve. You may immediately pass if you do target character in play or in reserve gains to boost. And create an airlit token. Create an airlit token in target player's landmarks. That is the reserve ability. Then we got Koi, Playful Leviathan, I am gigantic. You may immediately pass if you do create an airlit token in target player's landmarks. In target player landmarks, okay. That is played from hand. Halua, Raging Leviathan, gigantic, tough 1. When played from reserve, you may immediately pass if you do target character gains 2 boosts and fleeting, and create an airlit reserve ability, create an airlit token in your landmarks. So not sure how he gives fleeting, but let's go ahead and check the game. Perhaps we'll find out there. So not automatic, 39 cards. I'm guessing since this is a top table, it should be 39 cards for each. Yeah, it is. So let's go ahead and go to the end game right now. Okay, so the Garrick is going to ensure the companion side, so Tie-Dye just plays on the other side, and it is just a 1-for-1 with Chargio Soul playing passing first, so that means that he's going to get Halua, a token for Halua. So we got 1 card to reserve, both mana up. Going to use, okay, doesn't have any other play right now, so just the colorful Kuko. Probably going to go a 1-for-1. Has, okay, doesn't completely negate the turn either, so just a double advance from Tie-Dye. Interesting with a sleigh. So going to be a 2 movement, so Tie-Dye just with the sleigh goes ahead and places himself first with 1 expedition ahead, but very interesting, a very good chance just to use it and get the double advance. The Arcolano Milk goes to mana. Both players have 5. So now we have the Hatter that doesn't, still moving forward. I'm guessing it's going to give it to the Kuko, so the Kuko at least dies, and if he, okay, puts another card down, that means that he goes to 5. And with the Duel of Grit, just gets rid of the one with the most boosts, and that way he can actually move forward. So the game switches around. Now it's Charju, the one that is ahead by 1 expedition with this double move forward. It was a very good try. Is this one sabotage? No. Why did he lose a card? No. Okay. I'm not sure why he discarded the card, but okay. The Arcolano Milk for to because he's going to get Halua this turn, okay. So just to ensure that Halua does get his thing, it's able to move double forward today again. So he right very quickly, Chargio goes ahead and goes to his match point position. 2 expeditions ahead of Tie-Dye this time, just because of that one forest last turn in the hero side. Gets rid of the tiny Jin, and since he goes second, he may erase everything. Okay, now I know why. The sabotage was right there. Going to try and move forward on the other side. It lets the Orcolano milk be placed there for later. And I don't think he can block. No, he cannot block it on both sides. He got lots of that's the problem with the zeros. He can even move forward on both sides actually. So Sharjo moves forward on both sides. Tie-Dye is able to move forward just on one. So Sharjo actually did 8 movements in order to reach the goal. Let's see. So he was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 movements. Sorry, not 8, 9 movements in order to win the game because they are 7 apart, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 apart. And they didn't join, they overlapped. So yeah, that's why it was a 9 movement. Let's just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, sorry, it was 8 indeed. Okay, so 1 move ahead from each other. So he goes over to the 8 movement, and that's how Sharjo does it. Let's go ahead and go to the next game. That is number 16. That is Seremdik that we just saw against Ofraim. So we can move on to number 65. That is Darbo. Darbo against Zero Me 007. So Zero Me is not going to be our featured player. Darbo is going to be our featured player right here. So let's go ahead and check first Zero Me's deck. I think Zero Me is also a US player. No, Zero Me is a German player against Darbo that is from Poland. So we have a European duel right now. Let's go ahead and check. Zero Me is a Zadi BO3. So we have a Foundry Armorer, create a Brass Bug 2/2/2 token in target expedition that is from reserve. And when a character you control gains 1 or more boosts, up to 1 target character gains fleeting. So this is a control unique. Lady of the Lake, you may pay 1. If you do, you may discard target permanent. That's play from anywhere. And if the support ability, the next character you play this turn loses fleeting. The Mighty Simbi, when my expedition moves forward, put the top card of your deck in your mana zone as an exhausted mana orb. And the support ability, you may exhaust target character in reserve. No, target card in reserve, sorry. Okay, so he does have the Hunger, has a Geyser. Interesting, I haven't seen a Geyser in quite some time. So let's go ahead and check his... That is Zero Me. Let's go ahead and check Darbo. That is going to be our featured player. This is Bazira Sky version 7. I kind of do the same thing, except that I don't call it Bazira or anything like that. I just have a name for each of my styles. The set, so for example, it would be Galente 4.7 if I was going to do this. Just to mention it, then doesn't change anything about the outcome. I think this is not an optimized deck, and only one unique, that is the hair. When you pass first, if you are first player, it should be you are the first player. Target player becomes first player. If you control a fleeting play from anywhere, if you control a fleeting character, target character in reserve gains 1 boost. Okay, interesting. Kinda has a long setup, but let's see how this works out in the end. So let's go ahead and go to the end game. It's not going to be automatic, so give me just 1 second. Okay, so we go to the end game. Okay, the Leviathan Spotter just... Okay, he has the hair in order to try to move on the other side if he needs to. He can play it on either side. He'll get in a movement, so Zero Me moves two expeditions, and Darbo only moves one. So note that free double advance from Zero Me. At least Darbo gets something moving. Probably the giant was. That was what I was about to say. Probably the giant. So we also have a rare Talarian. I haven't seen a rare Talarian in quite some time. She may give also to one in reserve. Just gives it to herself. Vazira has not activated his ability because he's going to do it right now. Goes to 2. Probably going to try to block this turn. Yeah. And it's just counter blocks, but has to use all of his cards. Reveals the... Goes ahead and reveals Achilles. So it's again a 1-for-1. Zero Me keeping up his advantage. Go, helping hand going away. It's a tough situation for Darbo, especially since there are no cards in reserve. Okay, so he plays out the card he just revealed. So Achilles is tough to beat, especially because he has indeed a tough one. It goes to 5. Okay, so he is drawing right now, has the option not going to be able to block, so he just moves on the other side. He could have played it all on that side and actually tried to win it, losing the fire rabbit, but he decided to keep the fire rabbit. With Talarian rare once again. Let's see. Now he's not going to use it this turn. Gives himself 2 boosts. And is going to exhaust both cards in reserve for Zero Me. And he just plays the Sakarubru on the companion side and puts out back an expedition. He cannot do anything right now, so he just passes. Once again, a 1-for-1, but since Darbo was already an expedition behind, with this, he is actually 2 expeditions behind. Thanks to not being able to play against the Sakarubru. The Koopas, the Sap Koopa just goes away. And we have our first hunger. Erases absolutely everything in the board. Gets a draw in. And can this be used on anything? Yeah. So he can just use the geyser to push it away. And the Talarian, the problem is that he returns it to hand. And the Talarian just goes ahead and moves forward on one side, reducing the difference by 1 expedition. The problem is that the hunger right now is on mana as well. It's being able to play it again. Not sure if he will want to play it again, but since he has only 1 card in reserve, goes ahead and moves it forward. Gives it everything he has because he has no other play. So we have right now the Power Infusion, a very good way to get a few more boosts in. And plays the Shenlong, a giant on both sides. He is going to be able just barely draw on the companion side. Still moving forward on the hero side. That means that both cards go to reserve. And that means that there are 2 more cards for a hunger in order to get boosts. Yeah, he's going to have to play as it is. The Shenlong just moves forward on one side. Is going to sabotage the... He should have blocked on the other side, I think. No more play from Dabo, so he knows that there's nothing else he could do. So just like that, it is a double advance from Zero Me. Also gets a ramp in just for good measure. Gets rid of a card, and unfortunately Darbo didn't have any characters even last turn. He didn't have enough strength actually to pull it out in the end, and that is how an Exadi wins another game. Let's go ahead now, number 27. So that is Garba 8. Not to confuse with Darbo. I almost did. So we have Garba 8. That is going to be our featured player playing against CPO 51. Whoop. Oh, it didn't go through. Nope, not this one. CPO. There we go. Okay, so we have a French against an Italian player. First, we're going to check CPO. That is the French player. Before we do that, give me a second. There we go. So let's go ahead and check his deck out. This is a Kako boost. So 3 Kakobas just to get the ball rolling. So these are both played from anywhere. If you control 3 or more characters, doesn't say other characters, so that means that Kakoba does count himself. Target character in your other expedition, the one I am not in, gains 2 boost, so you have to have played at least something on the other side. Up to 1 target character with hand cost 3 or less other than me gains anchored. Okay. Second Kakoba, if you control 2 or more clans other than me, I gain 2 boost. This time this does ask for others. Target character other than me gains fleeting, anchored, or asleep. And finally, if you control 3 or more characters, up to 2 target characters each gain 2 boost, and up to 1 target card with hand cost 3 or less other than me gains anchor. Okay, very good. So a Kakoba boosting boost anchor could be called. Now let's go ahead and see Garba. Garba is our feature player, right? Yeah, so it didn't make a mistake right there. Solid boost 2.0. So Kitsune. When played from reserve, each player may resupply. And when another character joins your expedition, target character gains 1 boost. And the support ability, the next character you play this turn gains 1 boost. The Foundry Armorer, when a non-token character you control gains 1 or more boosts. Create a Brass Bug 1/1/1 in my expedition. And when played from reserve, you may discard 1 of your mana orbs. If you do, I gain 2 boosts. And finally, the Ozma at Dusk. If you control 2 or more boosted characters, draw a card. And the reserve ability, up to 1 target character gains fleeting. There we go. So let's go to the end game. It's not going to be automatic, sorry. So before we do that, before we switch to that, there we go. So we go to the end game. Now it's going to be automatic. To Garba, it actually doesn't have an optimized deck, interesting enough. Just going right there for the Colorful Kuko. And so the Colorful Kuko has the option to gain a boost at any point. Didn't want to risk it, giving it a boost, playing something on the companion side. So just a 1/1. Duel of Grid goes away. I think this is going to be a first turn using the Tiny Jin. No, goes right away with the Serengor. I think you should have gone with the Tiny Jin first. Okay, so it's just again a 1/1, but the problem is that right now he is absolutely out of options to advance. So I think it should have been a Jin, give it a boost, with Bazira give it another boost, and then the helping hand to give it another boost. So I think Garba right there made a mistake. Colorful Kuko on the other side. Okay, seems we're gonna go with a 1/1 again, just ramping up. Forces another card to be played. Doesn't have another card, so it's a double advance from Garba this time. So he goes ahead and gets 2 expeditions ahead from his opponent. the helping hand just to have more uses for Clover Cuckoo. Probably going no, doesn't decide not to give it right now. Goes ahead with the now he's going to give it the boost. The boost to himself. Okay, so moving forward again. Also on that side, the Noosh is not going to block it quite just yet. And Lost in the Woods going to get rid of that Occlude. Yeah, he doesn't want to play against that Occlude anymore, or the least amount that he can. Next turn is a 7, so double advance from Garba 8. There we go. 1 for 1 on Garba 8. No, it was not a 1 for 1. He would have won. Was it? No, I think it was. I think it was a 1 for 1. A double advance against a just 1 from Scipio. So that's why Garba right now is on match point. The Dracena to block it. Just for good measure. The Legion Commander, so he gains... Oh, he gives 2 boosts on the other side. No mana left, so that means that this is Garba 8's game. So Scipio moves forward 1. And Garba 8 does take the game with that. There we go. Even though Garba did a mistake, in the end he was able to bring it back. That can happen sometimes in stressful games and intense games, and especially when you have to remember from the last day what you were doing. So something I would take this as an opportunity to remind you guys that you can always just leave notes on the game to remind yourself what was your mental state when you played a card. So when you come back, you actually can your notes will pop out, and you can that way be much more a much better player especially if you're going to sleep after you played a card. So that was the game. Let's go to 64. That is Of the Flower. So Dusty J against Of the Flower. So this was abandoned. Let's see how much of the game we actually were able to see. So Dusty J is Of the Flower is our featured player, sorry. So both US players, Of the Flower is our featured player. There we go. And Dusty J is his opponent, so both are US players. Let's go ahead and check out the decks. Actually, let me see how much. I think I can leave it at this when I am presenting so that we don't lose any cards. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just leave. So we have Nike. I am eternal. When played from hand, if one or more of your expeditions is ascended, create an ordered recruit in my expedition. The Migratory Crane. When a character joins the expedition facing me, you may have me switch expeditions, and when played from anywhere, I gain 1 boost. The Ascended Trooper. If I'm in an ascended expedition, I gain 1 boost. Otherwise, my expedition ascends. Let's play from anywhere. Also play from anywhere if I am in an ascended expedition. Up to 2 target characters and player in reserve each gain 1 boost. And the support ability, the next card you play this turn costs 1 less. And he named it the Fall Series just to make sure that he's using the very same deck. So thank you very much for that, Dusty. Let's go ahead and check off the flower now. So it's the Teja Anchored. That's a Muna Caregiver. When played from reserve, if you control 2 or more boosted characters, up to 1 target character with hand cost 3 or less other than me gains Anchored. Play from anywhere, target character gains 1 boost. And the support ability gives Anchor to a character 3 or less with hand cost 3 or less. The Izanbushi, when a character you control gains one or more boost. If you control two or more boosted characters, gives so yeah, it's an anchor loop with the based on boosts. And the Sang Wukong, when played from reserve, you may pay one. If you do, I gain two boosts. And when I gain one or more boosts, up to one target card with cost 3 or less or enemy gains anchored, and has the support ability up to one target character gains fleeting. And the Izanbushi, I forgot to mention, he has a support ability. The next card you play this turn gains one boost. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the end game. Not going to be automatic. 39 cards from Dusty J, 39 cards from Of the Flower. So both decks are optimized. And let's go ahead and go to the end game. There we go, automatic. Okay, there we go. Just a color for Kuko. A 1/1 this turn. But probably going to be an anchor turn this turn with the Aloe Vera. On the other side, okay, interesting from Of the Flower. I would have played it on the other side just to make sure that I have something good on either side. He could have done a double move forward. Not sure why he played it on the companion side. I know that you want to keep up the water, but still, having a double advance is better than just having a water on this turn. But let's see how he plays it this time. Okay, the Skybound Odyssey, so ensuring he doesn't give any more options for Of the Flower, so any more boost to that colorful Kuko. It goes right ahead and just plays the Spindle. And for good measure, the Snoozer Shroom on the companion side in order to have another move forward on that side. I don't know why he's pushing that hard on the companion side. Probably going to lose the tent. Yeah, the floral tent goes away. He has Soaring right now, gets rid of one of the spindles. A boost right there for the Snoozer, almost as if it was the rare. Now he's pushing on both sides. This is what I think he should have been doing quite a long time ago. Moves it to the other side, just passes. So once again, a 1/1. Nothing else actually he wanted to get out. So that was smart from him, just not to play anything else. We do have right now the possibility of the double Jack Frost, but no, he decides to go on another route. The Gargoyle on the companion side and gives it another boost. Now he is playing all the way on the hero side once again. He could have almost won double advanced on the companion side, but he decides to go on a different route. Okay. Once again with the Snoozer Shroom, doesn't give any boost because he actually had Soar. He could have moved forward right there. Okay, still in a 1/1 of the Flower. We are very close. It seems that we should be close to the end of the game on the one side and the moment that the game just ended because of time. Blocks the Skybound Odyssey, just plays it for 1, leaves a token behind, so pushing on that side. The Muna Caregiver giving a token on the other side, and that is when the game ended. Unfortunately, it was not on a very clear position for either player to win. So I don't think that we'll be able to. Unfortunately, we could not see it all the way through, but that's just how things just happen sometimes. So congratulations to both on that match. Let's move forward to number. It was 65, right? Lovely Flower was 65. No. 64, 27, 64. Okay, so it was 64. Let's go ahead and move on to number 21. So that is Wyvern. And on step 6, he has already finished his last game. From what my friend tells me, he made a mistake. He had it to win it on this turn, on round 7. Unfortunately, he made a mistake on the last round. He passed when he had the cards in the hand in order to win. But that's what happens sometimes. We get confused. That's why I mentioned, go ahead and check everything out. Go ahead and leave messages to yourself using the notes on the games. He is a new father right now, so probably that's where his mind was. And congratulations on that, by the way. So let's go ahead and check Wyvern against Argon. So both are US players. Let's go ahead first check Argon out. So Argon is a B0 400 Elo, almost there. Let's go ahead and see. We have an Ozma, a Dusk if I have more boost, draw a card, and the reserve ability, the support ability, the next card you play this turn gains 1 boost. Second is the Izanbushi, when a character you control gains 1 or more boost, up to 1 target character gains fleeting. When I leave the expedition zone, if I have 2 or more boosts, draw a card, and the support ability, the next character you play this turn gains 1 boost. And finally, the Lyran Navigator, when a character you control gains 1 or more boost, up to 1 target character gains fleeting. I have Seasoned, and I gain 1 boost, so almost sure you're gonna be a 3-3-4. And when play from reserve, you can be a 4-4-5. And if you have Helping Hand, you can keep her as much as you can. Oh, only 1 Helping Hand, interesting. So not trying to over push his luck with a Helping Hand. Let's see now, Wyvern. So he's playing with a Sierra. We have seen this deck before. It's called the Flying Robots. Now, I am curious because my friend didn't play a Sierra. I remember the Flying Robots. I love this deck. But did he change decks? No, he didn't. Okay. I could have sworn and it was an Izmir. Okay, he didn't change deck, so this is the Flying Robots. Let's go ahead and check his deck. The Swiftgen, Scout 3, you may put a card from your reserve in your mana zone as a ready mana orb, so kinda you can use him to ramp up. You may exhaust the support ability, you may exhaust target card in reserve. The Swiftgen, Scout 3, you may put a card from your reserve in your mana zone as a ready mana orb. And when played from reserve, if your hand is empty, you may send to reserve target character with hand cost 3 or less. The Swiftgen Scout 3, you may put a card from your reserve in your mana zone as a ready mana orb. And the support ability, you may augment target card in play or in reserve. There we go. So let's go ahead and check the game out. It is going to be automatic. So Bezdira against Sierra. Interesting, playing a Mesakit. So most likely going to go for a ramp this turn. Yeah, just for a direct ramp this turn. Goes up to 4 and he may play the Mesakit next turn and start getting Brusbugs out. Playing against a Bravos player, I would not have kept the Mesakit because it can be a little bit costly to keep it up. He can use it for 4, especially because there's always a threat of the hunger. But with a ramp and okay, I think he may be able to pull it off. So let's see how it just goes. Yeah, so surely the Mesakit for 4. places down the Brass Bug, the Isun Bushi on the other side, and just trying to push on the very same side. Gets rid of the Mesakit right away. I'm fairly sure that's what he's going to do. Yeah, gets rid of the Mesakit right away. That's why I mentioned that against Bravos, yeah, it's kind of hard to do it in any good sense. Just a 1-for-1. Argon is going to lose a card nonetheless. Doesn't ramp up because doesn't play any card because it's going to almost ensure going to ramp up directly. Counts with it. Yep. So that goes. Oh, the other card. Interesting. So not using the Jin, the Swift Jin, in order to advance. That's a double push from Argon. The Garboach on nothing. So that's why I think he might have misclicked because he could have. No, he could have not moved forward. Okay, now he has a chance, but there's no detonation, right? No way to push forward with this. Just gets a token out. Or can the Garboach detonate? Oh yeah, the Garboach can. Okay, so he leaves it airlit and both sides get a token. He is pushing forward on both sides once again. And with the Ogun, he can just push them all the way up to a very good position. There we go. So he's at 5. Physical training just to give him to 6. And to block. So once again, a 1-for-1. That was a very good try from Wyvern to try to move forward on both sides. Unfortunately, it was not enough. He did have the pocket physical training just to get a card and the boosts. Yeah, probably going to be playing heavy cards. So yeah, the Airlit token didn't help, wasn't going to help at all. There we go with the Aklut blocking both cards, and I think this might be game. Oh, I forgot he had an Airlit. Ooh, not something that you want to see on the reserve. The Lyra Navigator, and yeah, it is going to be game right now. There's nothing else Wyvern can do, and Argon, just like that, takes the game home with a double advance. There we go. Each player has, well, they have to get rid of their reserve, but that's basically it. Yeah, it's not going to be, well, the game froze, but we already know who won. So, did I switch? Yes, I did switch. So, that was basically it. Let's go now to number 42. So, that would be Aritzlopa against Overloss. Both players ran out of time, but fortunately, they were still able to finish the game. So, that means that they finished almost at the end, almost with no time left. So let me just go ahead and check that out. So it's gonna be Aritzlopa. No, it doesn't show up here. Can I see it over here? All stats. No, I cannot see how the time went, or can I? Rank. No, I can't. Okay, so let's just go ahead and move on to view the game replay from Overloss perspective right here. And I didn't actually start Aritzlopa over here. There we go. Okay, so Overloss, a German player against Aritzlopa from Spain. Now we have a Ghoul rank, a version 5, draw 5. A version 11, sorry, draw 5. So we see the rare Mesa Kit. Let's go ahead and check the uniques. The Ordis Gatekeeper. Create a recruit 111 in each of your expeditions. When another non-token character joins your expedition, you may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do, create 2 Ordis recruit soldiers in my expedition. The Snoozer Shroom. When another non-token character joins your expedition, if your hero expedition is behind, create an orders recruit 111 in target expedition. And when play from hand, if you control 3 or more characters, sabotage, and the support ability target character you control with hand costs 4 or less gains a sleep. Silas, the Cryptic Warlock. When another character joins your expedition, if you control 4 or more characters, draw a card. So this is draw. This one puts tokens out. This one puts tokens out. So this is the draw one. You may sacrifice a character or permanent. If you do, I gain 1 boost per card in your hand. And the support ability, you may augment target card in play or in reserve. There we go. So that is Overloss trying to go all out with gold rank. Now let's go ahead and check out Islopa, Baka Sky, so Bazira Kaizamon. So he actually mentions the companion. Most people just focus on the hero. So we have the first, let's go here for the Nui. When played from hand, if you control a character in each of your expeditions, I gain 1 boost. If you play from reserve, if there are 7 or more boosts amongst characters you control and in your reserve, draw 3 cards. Interesting option. So kind of when I have seasoned characters with her, if one character up to the support ability up to 1 target character gains fleeting. The Altrun teammate, when played from hand, you may rush. If you do, I gain 2 boosts. Otherwise, I only gain 1. So still a 4-3-2. Even if you don't rush, a very good card. When played from reserve, you may rush. If you do, you may discard target permanent. Okay, very good option. This almost, you want to have this rush almost all the time. The Tengu, when you play from hand, you may rush. If you do, my expedition ascends. And when play from reserve, play from anywhere, you may rush. If you do, target character gains 2 boosts. And the support ability, the next character you play from your hand this turn activates its reserve abilities as if it had been played from the reserve. So let's go ahead and go to the end game. Not going to be automatic. 39 cards for each player, so optimize decks right here. And let's go to the end game. Here we go. Should be yes. So just the Talarian Skater to get a 4 to ensure the advance this turn. Overloss is going to sabotage right now and move forward with the Templar. Okay. Blocking and sabotaging. Okay, that's weird. That's why he did it. So trying to dry out that is Lopa. Yeah, the Vanguard was a little bit expensive for right now. He can go all out. No, he can't because he's not the first player. The Conscription for 2, so he's going to block the companion side, so he can just play on the hero side and move forward that way. Going to give another boost on that side. Going to lose a card right now, probably going to sabotage. I think he Overloss should sabotage the Sarangor. Yeah, he decides to sabotage the Sarangor. Even though the very good options right now, gets rid of the rabbit, and since he goes to 5, yeah, just a tiny Jin. See what you do. The Mesakit, so both sides get something out of this. 1 left. So just go ahead and push on either side. He could have actually, I think he would have been better if he pushed on the companion side. But this side, since he gets a token in and can ramp up, he actually moves forward on both sides. Okay, I didn't notice that. He had 1 man left. There was a risk, but Aditslopa just played with the risk. This is my best option. At least I move forward on one or both sides, but he was able to move forward on both. Because of the ramp, he decides not to on the double sabotage. He decides not to ramp right now. So he's able to move forward right now. Goes up to a 4. It's able still to move forward with that 6. And it's going to give him even one more boost. No more play from Overloss. So once again, moving forward by Aritzlopa, coming very close to the point that the tokens actually are much more important. But still got lots of options to move forward. Today is not such a good day for the Serengor. Gets rid of the Chiron, actually, interesting. So both tokens are 4/4 on each side. This is a tough turn in order to try to play something other than, of course, the colorful Kuko. Gets a reinforcement in just to draw and puts a token out. So this is going to go, the colorful Kuko is going to go to 2. Because he gained a boost, he's going to give it one more. Decides to give it, of course, with the physical training, 3 more boosts. Still not moving forward, but doesn't matter. It's a 6 of next turn. Gives another boost, so goes up to a 7. Didn't want to risk right now the Blade Dancer, so perhaps right now Overloss has a license withdrawal on hand. I'm guessing that's why he's doing what he's doing right now, the Blade Dancer. Because yeah, he's going to go all the way up to 9. So let's see what Overloss does. So that's going to be a draw and another token. Probably on the companion side. Doesn't make sense to put it on the hero side. The Nui goes ahead and gains 1 boost. So moving forward with 6. Another token down. This time he's going to give it fleeting and give it to the Nui. Still not activating the ability. Yeah, probably that's why he was not giving. Oh, he gets rid of the Nui. Interesting, but still has the option of the just give it as many boosts as you can to get the Occlude moving. So double advance once again for Aritzlopa. He is on match point with a very, I wouldn't say commanding position, but very powerful position. Get rid of the Chiron. So he has control right now. He is at 10 mana as well. The Mesakit already gave his token, so most likely not going to use it to control. Just 1 boost this time to block the Legate. No, this is not the Legate. The Attorney, sorry. Using it up. Goes on the other side with the Serengor. Another Mesakit. 1 for each side. What are you going to do? Get rid of a token? Most likely. No, the Ordis Liaison. Has the option to give 1 boost. He is enough in order to move probably on the hero side. Let's go ahead and see. Yes, Overloss has no more play. And Aritzlopa risking it all on that move. Gets rid of Liaison. With 1 mana left, is able to play the Helping Hand in order to give the boosts to his Serengor just enough to move forward. And with that, this is game for Aritzlopa. Congratulations on such a very good game. And we will have time for 1 more game. So let's go to 87. Let's hope that this is a finished game. So 87, our very own last player, unfortunately, that is R1. R1 is going to be our featured player. So this is not a finished game. So let's go ahead and check R1 either way. So R1's deck against the Elf Prepper. So first, let's check the Elf Prepper's deck. So this is the Bazira Aggioramento. This is an Italian player against a French player. So let's go. Oh, no uniques from the Elf Prepper. And I think this is going to be more than 39 cards. Let's go ahead and check in just a second. We have the Koopa Sap. Interesting options. Let's see how he did against R1. R1 is playing with an Ephanes. Spindler Harvesters. I gain anchored when play from reserve. When I leave the expedition zone, if I have 1 or more boosts, you may cycle a spell from your reserve to your hand. And the support ability, you may cycle a spell from the reserve to your hand. The Ordis Cadets, when you play a spell, create an Ordis recruit in target expedition. That's basically it. The Tooth Fairy, sabotage from hand. When I leave the expedition zone, draw a card. Okay, so I want to check something out. Yeah, so it doesn't block right here, doesn't block right there. Yeah, so probably I'm going to put the chat next time right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the end game. See how much of the game we actually got. Yeah, it was not an optimized deck. See, it was 42 cards. R1 does have an optimized deck of 39, but he is playing a character that has suffered a lot with the balance. Probably just going to draw this turn. R1 doesn't have a chance, and the tournament didn't even move forward one. So they actually chose their decks. They played one, and then R1 didn't play again. So unfortunately, that is all that we have for today. Because of the time, we have been just over 1 hour. I have to feed my cats, so that is going to be all for today, guys. Thank you very much, everyone that was here. Thank you all the new subs that we just got because of the short video. I'm probably going to try to put out more short videos like that in order to get things moving. And that is basically it, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope to see you again on Monday. So streams will move on to Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays. Friday is a difficult day for me to stream, so I'm going to be moving into Saturdays, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Take care.